Hey guys, Kristen Zako here with All In Adventures, and I'm coming at you today to talk about life with type 1 diabetes and to bring awareness to it. Every 21 seconds somebody is diagnosed with diabetes, and that's a lot of people. And I want to share my experience and how I live day to day, because diabetes is all day, every day. And I want to offer up tips for people who are newly diabetic, for parents with children that are newly diagnosed, for people who may be stuck in a rut and been diabetic for a while now, because you can get there. If you didn't embrace the disease and take control of it, you are in a funk. You are not living your life to the fullest potential. And I'm doing this to offer up tips and my knowledge and my experience living with this disease. It is a totally livable disease. I'm passionate about this because I believe this is my mission, to share my life story and how I live, because a lot of people think that, oh, I can't do this, I'm diabetic, or I can't do this because, oh, I have to be careful because, yeah, you have to be all that stuff, but you can do it. And I'm proof in the pudding. I live an adventurous life. I'm crazy. I do everything from skydiving to biking to four-wheeling to camping to backpacking, hiking. There's not a whole lot I won't do. The key is being prepared, and that's what I'm going to share with you. I'm very lucky to be here today because when I was first diagnosed, I pretty much my body was shutting down and my organs were failing. Ironically enough, had it not been the day of my wedding, I probably would not have survived because I was able to sleep. And like I said before, I knew nothing about diabetes. Nobody in my family is diagnosed. I knew one girl in high school that had diabetes, but that was it, guys. And I knew nothing. I had symptoms, but I had fatigue. Well, I was planning a wedding and I was working full time. Of course I'm gonna be tired. I was losing weight. Well, I was trying to lose weight because I was getting married and I wanted to look great in my wedding dress, because who doesn't? And the night before my wedding, I had blurred vision, and it was really weird. I just kept saying, I'm like, God, I'm so exhausted, I can't even see straight. And I remember going home and just crashing. And then I woke up the next morning and it hit so hard. I was vomiting, I was so sick. I kept saying, I feel like I'm dying. My body was literally shutting down. That's how crazy it is. And another symptom I had, I remember like about a week before I got married, I had excessive thirst, but it wasn't constant. It would kind of subside a little bit. And I couldn't figure out, why am I so thirsty all the time? And then I realized after the diagnosis, all of these little symptoms that all made sense. You know, we all make sense of these things that are going on, especially as women. We're like, oh, it's nothing. I'm just this because I'm this. It's so important to bring this awareness out because there are people that don't know about these little symptoms that could save your life. For me, I'm lucky. My first wedding saved my life because I was able to go to sleep. I could have just gone into a diabetic coma and never woke up, because by the time the limo bus brought me to the ER, I was in full-blown ketoacidosis. My organs were shutting down. I remember sitting outside I was in my room outside the nurse's station, and I could hear the nurse yelling at the lab, I need those labs stat, and she's yelling, and all of a sudden I heard her crash the phone down, and she's like, oh my God, our bride is a diabetic, and all these people come running into my room, and I'm in and out of consciousness, and it's like a zoo, okay? I could hear them talking, but my eyes weren't open, and I could hear them saying, hurry up, we gotta save this one, she's slipping, blah, 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 her organs are shutting down, and I could hear all this horrible, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is me. Like, I'm dying right now. I'm laying in this bed and I'm dying, and these people are working to save my life, and thankfully they did, which brings me here today. Which brings me here to educate, to inspire, to offer up support. I really believe that in my heart, you know, everything happens for a reason. I believe there's no such thing as coincidence, and I believe that I'm strong enough to help a lot, potentially even save a life, and that's my mission, because I am so lucky to be alive. So with that said, this is like my intro. There's so much more to this story, and I'm going to continuously post updates and tips for type 1, and feel free to tag somebody or share this with somebody who is diabetic or struggling with their diabetes, or parents with children that are newly diagnosed. I know I can help these people. If you know somebody who's showing symptoms, just be like, hey, maybe you should just go have that checked at the doctor. It could be this, it could be nothing. Because like I said, nothing stood out. Like it was not something like, oh my God, something's wrong with me. So I'm bringing awareness to this disease and to offer inspiration, help, and hope. That's my mission. So please like, share some comments or questions. I'm not a doctor, I'm just a diabetic with 15 years experience, and I live a beautiful life because I choose to. I control my diabetes. My diabetes does not control me. So please stay tuned, please subscribe, and there'll be much more to come. Thank you all for listening, and hopefully this helps or reaches somebody. All right, I'm out of here.